Hey guys, this is Lee, or Lotus. I'm now 20 days on T. I officially started on March the 7th of 2014. I got my prescription on March 6th, 2014. Was super excited, took a ton of pictures of myself, oh my god, this is my prescription, woohoo! And then I saw the needle. I went the same day to the pharmacist, which was weird because I went to Walgreens just because it's like right up the street from the place that I live at now, which is actually my own place with some roommates, which is awesome. And the woman there saw my prescription for testosterone, and she was like, "What do you need this for?" And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to ask that, but if you must know, I'm trans, and you know, I'm starting my hormone replacement therapy." And she jerked me around a little bit by telling me that the prescription for the needles that I needed and the syringes, they didn't exist, which is weird if a doctor wouldn't have prescribed them if they didn't exist. Um, and then she told me that she couldn't get me the needles until next week, and I was so excited to have my prescription on my hand and like be so close to starting that I was kind of like, well, give me the needles you got and the syringes you have. Um, and she ended up giving me a 25 gauge needle and a 21 gauge needle. Or I'm sorry, like a syringe and needle. So she gave me about six of those, and um, I got them all the same day, and I was so excited to start. And I came home, and I sat in my room, and I like made a video of me about to take my first shot, and then I I had a mishap where somehow I got the needle stuck onto one of the syringes, and I was like freaking out because the person that was helping me at the time was like, was kind of being a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, but it was also like she was wrapped up in her own stuff, and I understood that, but at the time it was like, you said you would help me. Now that it's here, you're kind of backing out, and it was pretty shitty. But it all worked out in the end because the next day, that same person did end up coming through, and they helped me out, gave me my first shot. I do my shots in my legs because I knew eventually I'd have to do them myself, and doing them in my butt cheek was not really a good idea for me. A lot of people do it that way, but I prefer to actually see where I'm sticking myself so I don't mess up. And I watched like a crap ton of YouTube videos and learned up as much as possible. And I'll even like post some of the clips of me doing that. It was a 25-minute process of me like finally getting the needle stuck on the syringe and just being like, this is a bad sign. But I did my first shot last Friday, um, and it was pretty amazing actually because the person who did my shot the first two times, they told me they were really skilled in it and that they knew what they were doing, but it turned out they'd only done shots for other people in their butt, and when it came to me getting it in my leg, like they were kind of putting the needle at the wrong place. Like it was still getting to the muscle, but I wasn't sure if it was actually taking effect or not. So I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I'm so energized and I feel amazing. Oh, my voice is starting to change. Oh, but then I was kind of like, am I faking this, or is this what's really happening? Cause I mean, I feel like that often, honestly. And doing my shot myself, um, the pharmacist, first off, I should probably say, when I got my prescription filled, she ended up asking me a question that she shouldn't have, asking me what the testosterone was for, and I told her I'm on hormone replacement therapy, and her whole demeanor kind of changed, and she was like, well, the needles that your doctor prescribed, they don't exist, so we have these, and I had to buy two separate syringes and two separate needles, and it was like a big pain in the ass, and she told me the needle that I was supposed to inject with, um, which was, I believe, the I'm not sure because I don't have it on me, but it was one that I was actually supposed to draw with and not inject with, so my first two shots were painful because of that misinformation. Um, but my second shot, I was like, let me switch it up because this one is, it's smaller and it might feel better, and it did. I did it. There was no pain. It was fantastic, and I felt great the whole day. And ever since, I've been trying to ride my bike more, and borrowed my roommate's weights so I can lift weights every once in a while. Just trying to really like tone up. Because another friend of mine, when I go to my support groups, he was telling me that tea can make you gain weight, but it also makes you lose this weight, which is a plus. That's what I want to lose, definitely. Um, so I've kind of just been trying to get my body back in shape, but I've also been working a crap ton and going to school a crap ton, which is why it's taken me so long to make this video. Um, especially since my last video was really long time ago. But on a brighter note, you know, I'll be a month old April 7th, and I'm excited that it's finally here. It took me from the time that I was 16 until now. Uh, I'm 23 now, and uh, it kind of just felt like it would never really happen, and now it's happening, and I'm comfortable with myself and comfortable with who I am, and the only opposition comes from now the community that I've been in for a long time. But now that I'm on testosterone, I've had some people ask me about my sexual identity and why I still identify as a lesbian, and what's the difference between a BOI and a BOY. And for me, really, it's the fact that I have female genitalia still, um, and I prefer to date and associate with women who are lesbians or bisexual or whatever, but they know how female genitalia works and they enjoy it. And I also enjoy female genitalia. Um, for me, being a man is not about having a penis, and it's not really being able to like walk harder, having facial hair or whatever. The whole point of me taking testosterone was that I would feel more comfortable in my body, because I'm tired of being perceived as a female, even though it's kind of contradictory because I'm like, oh, I'm a lesbian boy, but I don't want to be seen as Lisa from the L Word because that was not great. Um, my I don't really know how to explain it. Really, I'd just say that I'm queer. I enjoy women who love women, but there are those few women who love women that also enjoy trans men, and they understand where trans men come from, and they appreciate that fact. And those are the women that I'm really trying to associate with me personally now. Um, Dating is not it's not big on my list. I've talked to a couple females. Haven't really come out to them as an opener. For a while, I was doing that, like, oh, I'll start transitioning soon, blah blah blah. But now, I don't even I don't even do that. If they're interested, they're interested. If they're not, they're not. We'll just see where it goes from there. Um, One of the cool things about being on T for 3 weeks now is the fact that I've gained a lot more confidence actually. I found out that I actually gained a lot more weight. Like 204 now, which I'm like, oh, never wanted to be over 200 pounds ever. But I'm okay with it because I know that my body is healthy and what I'm doing is healthy for me mentally and physically. Um, so I'm really just trying to stay positive and make sure that I keep doing what I need to do. Um, but on Friday, I take my other shot, and come April 7th, I'll be 1 month officially on T, 4 weeks going strong. And I figured out the situation with my pharmacist where I'm not going to be talked down to or belittled because of her views or their views or whatever. I'm really just like, give me the stuff that I need, give it to me now. Oh, it costs this much, that's fine, as long as it's the right stuff. I'll take it. So that's where I'm at now, and if anybody watches this, awesome. If not, then it's really just for me, I guess. But for the guys out there that aren't on T yet, stay strong. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't feel pressured to start testosterone at all. That is not testosterone. Is not an end all be all to being considered a male or considering yourself a male. So with that, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good one. Peace, love, and chicken grease.